Good morning. Good morning. Hello, everybody. Hi. Hey, it's Becky from Power Tools with Thread. You are in our Stitchuation room. This is a Monday through Friday virtual stitching retreat where Frito and I hang out in here. And you follow me on my sewing journey, and I hope I can inspire you to put something under the needle. Oh, my goodness. All right, my dog. All right, full stop. She knows it's the beginning. Yes, hello, baby. Hello. All right. We're going to see a couple of goldfish. Yeah, you want a couple of goldfish? Can you sit? Would you sit? You have to sit. Thank you. Good girl. All right. And then it's Dave Biscuit Day. Yeah, it's Dave Biscuit Day. What is this? Is this a peanut butter biscuit from Dave? Such a good, sweet dog. There you go. Don't chew with your mouth open. All right. Oh, my goodness. That's it, baby girl. You go over there and watch the front door or something. What do you say? I know some people just come in here just to see Frito. They want to be here like right at the beginning. So sorry about that. Yeah, she's a sweetheart. Oh my goodness, you guys. I look dark. Everything looks really dark right here on my screen. Hopefully everything's fine. I spent yesterday several hours editing the video for Mrs. Santa. There she is right up there. Got her finished and put a real button on her. Let me zoom you in so you can see what Mrs. Santa is doing up here. This is from the Merry Christmas quilt from Amy Bradley Designs. So she's looking good. Okay, and then we have the penguin and the gingerbread man and Santa right there. And I noticed I did not put an extra layer of fabric under his little palm. So disappointing. Well, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. I like to put the SF-101 on the back of those white fabrics before I cut them. And I forgot on that particular piece. So it's fine. You know, it's not the end of the world, right? And I also spent some time doing that. And then Ida wrote me an email and she said, please, can you do the one for the reindeer coming up soon? So I am going to, thank you, Stephanie. That's very nice. You guys are so sweet to say she's cute. You can't see it from a distance. That's perfect. It's not going to change the cuteness of the quilt, I promise. So Ida wrote me and she said, can you please do the reindeer? Because that's totally different from all the other blocks, because all three sides of it have something bleeding into the sashing, which is fine. But I'll tell you what, so I woke up in the middle of the night, you know, comfort break in the middle of the night. And I couldn't go back to sleep. I was just thinking and thinking and thinking about how to make that block. So see what happens? This is what happens. I wake up in the middle of the night and my brain kicks in and I start thinking about quilting. Do you guys do that? Leave me a comment below if you dream about quilting or think about quilting. I know Betty Boop, who's in here sometimes, she tells me she dreams quilt designs. So I think that's hilarious. You can tell when you're a real quilter, right? That it's consuming. Also yesterday, yeah, Betty Boop, she says, me too. Yeah. And when she first told me that, I was a newbie in my quilting journey. And I was like, seriously, you dream? And she said, yeah. And she's got a quilt. Betty Boop, Lisa, you need to put it in the Facebook group. She's got one called Tang, like that orange drink Tang that she created herself. Put it in the Facebook group, put a picture of it. And that design came to her in a dream, she told me. So that's pretty cool. But so I'm doing the quilt along with the Fat Quarter Shop. I'm one of the featured quilters with the Fat Quarter Shop doing their Jolly Bar book quilt along coming up. And they've got a sampler quilt that they're going to be doing. And so we're going to release blocks every week. And I wasn't, you know, those books, when they come, they're just mock-ups, right? You just get plain little fabric mock-ups in the pictures, and then you can put your own fabric on it, a Jolly Bar, and do whatever you're going to do. Well, I was like, well, I don't want to put my fabric in the wrong spot too early and then not have enough of it left later on. So I wonder if they're going to give the pattern out in the beginning. I think they are, but I spent hours and hours yesterday playing with EQ8, and it's the Jolly Bar. It's a Christmas book. It's not released yet. It's on pre-order. So yeah, I don't have the book. I have a copy of it. I'm not allowed to share, so I can get busy on my blocks, right? It's only next week. I mean, why wait till the last minute? So I'll give you guys a sneak peek. I did it in EQ8. That's a new thing for me. There's a lot of Catherine, you're thinking about buying it. There's a lot of videos out there on EQ8. And once, just like any other piece of software, once you get the hang of it, it's pretty cool. So what I like it for is a lot of times I will buy a fat quarter bundle, right? Or something like that. Like I'll just buy fabric that I absolutely love and not really know what I'm going to do with it. So usually I like to know what I'm going to do with it and then buy the bundle or the fabric for it. But if I buy a bundle and I don't know what I'm going to do with it, you can import those fabric images into EQ8. And that's what I did with this fabric line. So it's, I'm using Reindeer Games from Moda. So Joyce, you're learning it too? Good, good. Pat Sloan had the book this morning, so it may be available now. You know, it's probably, I did get a notice from the UPS store that I have mail. So I need to run over there. It might be there now. Yeah. So Pat's got it. Okay. Yeah. You're the reason what? You bought it 2 years ago. Oops, sorry. Wrong one. Good morning to you too. Well, see. Let's see. There it is. I wanted to show the comment. The reason you bought it 2 years ago, but you've not gotten good with it. And that's from not really using it. Mary, that is so true. I've had that program for, I don't even know how many years. I bought it years and years ago, and I didn't even install it. So now it's installed, and this was the thing that forced me to, and I'm still not savvy with it. You have 7? Okay. I don't know what the difference is between 7 and 8. You guys, I'm not good with that program at all. Well, Mabel, get in there and poke around with it. It's really intimidating when you first open it up and you're like, okay, what? But really, before you even open it, start watching EQ8 training videos. EQ8 has a great video series that are just a couple of minutes long for each video. Watch a whole bunch of those first, so that when you open it up on your computer, that what you see is going to look familiar. That's the easiest way for me to EQ is Electric Quilter. And it's a program that allows you to design your own quilts. Or you can import, like I said, I imported the Reindeer Games fabric line, the images from Moda, because you can go out to their modafabrics.com and you can find that fabric line and download the fabric line images and then import those into EQ8. And you know, then I was able to take those fabrics with a little paintbrush. So first I had to create the blocks from the, oh, look, I like that idea. Look at this. Deborah used EQ8 to import the Land of Enchantment fabric and design the quilt for the RV. What a beautiful quilt for the RV, right? So what was really neat was I was able to take the block image of what came in the PDF file from Fat Quarter Shop for me. I took that block image and just made a little tiny screen capture of just that block, and then imported that block as a background image, a tracing image for the block itself, and then was able to draw all the points, all the lines, and then took the images from Moda and imported those into the quilt. So hours and hours and hours on the computer yesterday, you guys, but it was worth it. It was worth it. I'm very, very excited about it. Lots of different iterations of the fabric around. And again, it's hard for me to choose fabric, but the fabric's already chosen for me in the Jolly Bar, which I like. So I know everything goes together. And then there was some background fabric I had to do, and what I'm doing around the outside of it in that inner middle border. So anyway, pretty fun stuff, but I'm looking forward to playing with it some more. The problem is, so I started playing with it a couple weeks ago. I was like, I got to figure this out. I got to get this done because, and I started playing with it a couple of weeks ago, and then I left it alone for a while. And when I left it alone, I kind of forgot, and I had to go back and watch some more videos before. So even I struggle with it, you guys. Even I struggle with software and stuff. So, but that's the thing that keeps us going, right? There's a challenge in front of you. It's no fun to do the same thing over and over and over. So I'm pumping you up for EQ8. Yay, good. That's great. It's pretty neat. It's a pretty neat little piece of software. The only thing I would change in that program from a functional standpoint is you have to scroll across the bottom of windows to see blocks and quilts and whatnot. And I'm a scroll up and down as opposed to scroll sideways. So yesterday, I had closed my quilt. I saved it and I closed it. And when I went back to quilts and I opened it up, all I saw was the gray layout instead of my quilt. And I thought that was it. And so I rebuilt the whole thing again. Yeah, it is fun to play with, Lynn. It sure is. So a video series in EQ8. No, I don't think so, Tracy. I don't think so. Y'all, I'm not a good quilt designer. That's not my thing. This was where I was forced to do it because the Fat Quarter Shop asked me to participate, and I said I'd love to. And then I've got the fabric and everything, and I'm like, well, now what do I do with it? Where's it go in the quilt? Where does it go? Yeah, it's another couple $100. I know. Can't take it with you, right? Can't take it with you. Hey, I got the final, for those of you that subscribe to Creative Notions Quilt Shop, they're now it's a bi-monthly, every other month. What is that, bi-monthly or semi-monthly? I think it's semi-monthly. So anyway, their last monthly box, because they switched at the beginning of the year, came in, and it's a bag. So I want to share that with you guys because I did just get a notice from them that the next semi-monthly, let's see, bi-monthly is twice a month. No, it's semi-monthly every other month, right? So I just got an email from them that the next one is coming in. So I wanted, I already shared this with you guys. No, I already shared this one with you guys. This was November and December bags. Yeah. Didn't I already share that with you guys? No, I didn't. I don't guess I did. It was the one in the box. All right. So also, before I share that, no, I'll do this in a minute. Okay. So this was November and December of 2023's bags, all bundled into one is what they did. So I just want to share that with you guys. Creative Notions, if you're in a quilt desert, they're fantastic. It gives you a project every other month, and it's a little bit more expensive than their monthly box because it's every other month, it's not as expensive as it was every month. I hope that makes sense. So let's see. The patterns that came with it this month were a 16 patch Barnstar quilt. These are patterns that you get every month, full color. And at the end of the year, it's a block of the month. And at the end of the year, you'll have a nice little sampler quilt. So you also got Girl's Favorite, which was a cute little block. Let me show you the back of it so you can see it better. Girl's Favorite. That's putting it all together. Half square triangle much? Yeah. And then this is the block of the month, Aunt Addie's album. Okay. And you can use your own fabrics. That's the whole thing. Again, using your own fabrics. So you could put this into EQ8 and add a fabric line to it. And this was Kansas Star. I like this block. I really like that block. They're hard to do, that square and a square, but they're fun. And then it also came with the finishing instructions. So you got that for the end of the year. And then in here we have a pattern for a cathedral window pillow. Those are very cool to do. That's where you fold the fabric back and stitch it down. Pretty neat. Yeah, see how you fold the fabric edges back and stitch them down? I've tried that. I failed miserably. And then we've got a checkerboard quilt pattern as well. Okay, so that's what all came in with that. And this has, now let me show you what else was in the bag. You got a Berry Sweet Fat Quarter bundle by Wilmington Prints. And this is it here. Okay, so it's got some stuff tucked in there. Let me share that with you in a second. And all right, remember, this is 2 months in one. Berry Sweet Fat Quarter bundle by Wilmington Prints. So we have a red on red dot and strawberries. This is Focus Fabric Words. Very pretty, real pretty strawberry stuff. They'll have a project in here for you too. Don't worry. So they're always good with that. There you go. Cherries on white. Very nice. And then we have a blue with ditzy flowers and a matching kind of a minty sage looking with ditzy flowers. All right, here is the plaid that goes with it. So pretty, right? And that's it, right? Yeah, that's it. So that was that fat quarter bundle. That is the Berry Sweet Fat Quarter bundle, a value of $26. You got 5 yards of quilting fabric. So 5 yards of quilting fabric. All right. We're giving you approximately 5 yards, give or take a couple of inches, of beautiful quilt shop quality fabrics to make the checkerboard quilt. Binding is included. You may have received a fat quarter of some of these fabrics in the past, but it still is beautiful, so we're sharing it with you again. So we have your ladybugs. This is your light and binding. And they're it's nice. So the checkerboard quilt that I just showed you. Okay. So this is your light and your binding with your little ladybugs. And here's your dark. Pretty red. Kind of a grungy look. And medium. Okay, so there's your medium fabric that came with it. So that would make a cute little quilt. All right. So let's see here. We did our best to divide between dark, medium, light. All right. In the box also came the with some magic pins, fork pins and flathead pins. You can add those into your stash. I know that ladybug fabric is so cute. So, so cute. And a little tiny pair of Creative Notions snips. They look like little thimbles. So cute. And some recipes. We got a recipe for strawberry pie, a recipe for a pumpkin tart. They usually send a recipe or two in each box. Spaghetti pie. That sounds like lunch, right? And Frito pie. That's my nickname for my dog. I call her Frito pie. And then we got a composition notebook cover. So I know y'all have probably seen me make the one from Designs by Juju, but we got this project in here. So you got your composition notebook. And then there is, you're not about to make one with your embroidery machine, right? If you don't want to do that. So you can make this with 2 fat quarters. And they gave you all of the measurements to make it and put it together with the flaps and everything in a little pen holder. And the fabric that came with this one is so cute. It's a little sewing, your little sewing spools. Very cute. Thread spools and some buttons. That's adorable. Little composition notebook, a sewing version instead of A lot of you have seen the embroidery version that I did on the Designs by Juju website. So very cool. Yeah, it's a nice box. It is a nice box. I love it. Love it, love it. All righty. So you guys, this, oh, I need to make an announcement about the RV Sew Together. Bonnie and I spent over an hour and a half on the phone yesterday. Hold on, I need a sip of coffee. So we spent an hour and a half on the phone yesterday going over your welcome letter. Those of you that are going to attend, who makes the fabric you showed? Michelle, I'd have to look at this, Selvages. Usually it'll say like Wilmington Prince or whatever. If it's on the selvage at all. This is from So Little Time, Daniel Leone. I think I did a project with Sulky using this line. I'm pretty sure I did. Licensed to, yeah, Wilmington Prince. Yeah. So anyway, those of you that are going to be coming to the RV Sew Together, that's the 19th through the 24th of this month. It's here. Yay. We're so excited. I'll just tell you, whatever you would take to a quilt retreat, those notions, you can bring that. You can bring your scan and cut. You cannot bring an iron, but glue sticks will be provided to everybody. And we're going to have such a good time. We got goodies in the rally room every morning for you guys. Just all kinds of stuff going on. So we're going to have a potluck on Saturday night. We're going to have a group photo on Saturday before our field trip over to Two Chicks Quilting. So lots of open sew time. And then there's a snap-applique class in the morning. So you dream about quilting too, Loretta? Good. Yeah. So I also ordered from Smart Needle. She makes labels and they already come with an iron-on backing. This is Antoinette, the lady who sent Frito her goldfish. So I ordered some labels from her. And they came, these are iron-on, all right? And you can put your name or whatever on there. So these are iron-on. And the reason I got these is because I want to make those trivets and pot holders that she's got on her website. So this big label is what she uses because she actually trims the underside and cuts a slit in the back of the fabric. She's got a video on her website showing how she does it when she makes these round trivets. And then you flip it, right? Well, now you've got this slit in the back and you iron your label on top of that and that seals the slit closed. And I love that. So I'm going to be doing that, I think, next week with you guys. So I think there's a link below to not Sweet Pea. I'm sorry. My brain, it's early. Smart Needle. Yeah, I'll put a link below in the description box. I'm going to make the little turkey. I think he's so stinking cute. Oh my gosh. She makes hers on the multi-needle. I'll probably do that too because I don't know. I don't like using the multi-needle with you guys because it's loud, very loud. But yeah, Michelle, if the link's not below right now, I will put it below as soon as I finish here today. I will do that. You have a 14-hour drive to the rally. Awesome. Awesome. That's great, Deborah. I think we've got 2 or 3 stitchers per table. So you made the scarecrow one. That's cute. That was super cute. I've got that file too. 14-hour drive. You're going to love it. What multi-needle do I have? I have the Brother PR 1055. That's Spanky. And he's over here. I'm going to turn around, y'all. There's a mess on my cutting table. Ignore all of that fabric over there. He's over there in that corner. Hiding out. See him? There he is. Whoop, wrong direction. There he is, behind all that fabric. Yep, and quilts and all that mess. So that's Spanky, my multi-needle. I love that machine. Love, love, love. Hi, Peggy. You're headed to quilt group. How fun. Yeah. I love, I got those designs too, Connie. I'm gonna make one up with you guys. We'll do it on the single needle. It's not as loud. Okay, so today I wanted to, oh, Jane, yes, an applique class will be fun. So today I wanted to put the binding and backing on the September on Wander Lane. Didn't that come out adorable? Oh my gosh. And it's got batting in it. I put batting behind this one because I did the quilting backdrops by Designs by Juju. See the little acorns? Isn't that adorable? Oh my goodness. It's called Leaves and Acorns. All right. So I wanted to get that on there, and I'm going to put the backing on using a walking foot on my regular machine. So let me move this cart out of the way with my laptop on it. I love these quilting backdrops. First time on my channel. Well, welcome, Rose Garland Creations. Welcome. We've got a welcoming committee here somewhere. Since you are new, and if you want to participate in what's going on, or somebody's talking to you and you want to respond to them, if you put the @ symbol in the chat and begin typing the first letter of their screen name, then you'll get a choice if more than one, and choose it and just start typing. And then that will show up in a bright color on their computer. So that's very cool. What's the design I just held up? It is the September mini quilt from On Wander Lane by Nancy Halverson. So cute. And the font is from inside my embroidery machine. Because if you're new, I don't hand stitch. That's not my jam. So yeah, look out. Lots of virtual welcomes. So we also have a virtual kitchen. Please wander in there. Scotty Dog is usually manning the kitchen, and she's got it going on. There's hot coffee. Everything's fat and calorie free. And hit the thumbs up button on your way in. I would appreciate that. Very nice. Appreciate that. Yep. We love new people in the Stitchuation room. So you don't get that choice when you type in names, Vicki? I wonder why. Well, did you put the @ symbol? That's that ampersand above the 2 on a keyboard. I am allergic to hand needles. I don't like them at all. The coffee's awesome. Good. Although I will be doing little tiny hand stitches to get that hanging triangle on the back of this thing. So lots of questions on the math on the hanging triangles. Well, this is just a single one. So this finishes at 6.5. So I cut a 6-inch triangle so that when I fold it, this is the cream feather from Land of Enchantment. There's a scrap. So when I fold it and I fold it again, all right, so when you make your hanging triangles, you just fold it into a triangle. Okay. I'll iron it out and then fold it again. And now that's the perfect size. So this was 6.5 and my triangle was 6. And it's the perfect size, and it's not bulky up in my corners. So you don't get names on your phone. Oh, yeah. Okay. So it does. I see it on the computer. It doesn't happen on a phone. Yeah. But, well, okay. Y'all, those mobile devices. Anyway. So the hanging triangle is that scrap from Land of Enchantment. And that's going to be my backing as well. So this is an 8.5-inch square. I just have enough. Put that on like that. That looks good. I could put another piece of batting behind it. I'm not going to. It's just going to hang on one of those little Ackfeld wire jobs, right? So let me turn on Gypsy, my travel machine here. She's got the wrong color thread, of course. Not how it always works. I'll put you guys over here. Come to life. Come to life. This is the Brother NQ 3700D. This is a 6x10 machine embroidery sewing combo. So the largest tube is a 6x10. It is wireless. I'm going to stand up and walk in front of you guys. Just a second here. Pardon my back. Excuse me. And well, see, I left my snips over here. But I'm going to do it on this machine because the walking foot is already on this machine. I don't like it bundling up on me. Let me cut this thread. It's got black in it. So like I said, wrong one, of course. That's how it goes. That's the thread I used to stitch on Mrs. Santa's little button. So that was cool not to have to stitch that by hand because you know I'm not doing that either. All right, let me change out this thread. My foot's down. Come up. There we go. Open up those tension discs, please. Somebody asked me yesterday in a comment, I think, about how I pulled the knot through the needle. I don't pull the knot through the needle. I unthread the needle and pull the thread through the machine, and then I rethread the needle. There we go. I don't know why they couldn't put that particular threader on that straight stitch machine. But I'm going to go ahead and get this stitched on here, way up on the edge, just so. Where's my glasses? There we go. Just so I wanted the walking foot so I don't get all bunched up under here. Sometimes, this doesn't have to be super hard. Let me see here. You guys still talking away? Oh, the little bitty knot might keep the thread path clean. Oh, I might, I think. I don't know. That's a good point. So I'm just going to, I want to base this, I think. Let me, width. No. Length. That's what I want. 5. Okay. Oh, you know what? There. I like that auto. You can press the button so the foot raises when you stop for pivoting. I like that. That's a cool feature on this machine. Somebody, when I was at Mulqueen's teaching a class in Tempe, and a lady came in looking for a new machine, and one of the things she was requiring was that button that auto raises the foot as soon as you stop. Nice. That'll work. This one also has the knot button, and I like that knot button. I use it all the time when I'm in the middle of doing something and I just want to make sure it's not going to go anywhere. So thank you, Gypsy. Appreciate it. You got to thank your machines so they know you still love them, right? Okay, let's go back over here. There. See how easy that was? Easy peasy when it's all set up. So I generally keep Gypsy set up as a standard sewing machine. And because I've always got my Luminaire set up as an embroidery machine. And then this is my straight stitch right here. So, okay. Oh, why did I take these off? Let's see. And I'm just going to trim this. So now my backing's on, and I just, if you cut it a little bit wide, always cut your backings wide, you know, that way you can trim them to size with no trouble, and you don't get rubble, you know, there's no bubbles or any kind of issues with that. You got a new hoop for your Epic? Very cool. Nice. So I had mentioned that ginormous additional hoop for the Brother PR 1055. Somebody left a comment about that, wanting to know about it. Betty Boop pointed it out to me. The dealer Echidna down in Australia was talking about it on one of his videos. And I can't find it in the US. If you can find it, let me know. You wouldn't use your backing for binding. I don't like that method. I never get good miters. I think if I practiced it, I could. But this binding is not what I'm using. A gray for a binding and a little scrap. I always save those leftover pieces from the long arm or wherever, you know, for the backings for these little quilts like this. This is nice. That turned out great. Okay, so that's done. See how hard that was? So I need to make my binding now. You saw some Merry Christmas blocks. Yeah, Julie, you did. Showed them a little bit earlier. There they are. Got 4 of them done. Next one's the reindeer for Ida. She's stressing on the reindeer, and it kept me all night. All right. So making binding for you brand new quilters. I like brand new quilters because I like you getting into our obsession. It's an obsession, isn't it? So to make binding on, I'm going to sew it on the diagonal, you guys. And you put one strip face up, and I've got a selvage out here, and that's fine. I'm going to cut it off. And then another strip face down, not making sure the selvage is not caught in it. And I'm going to sew what I call V to V. So there's a V right there. See it? There's the V, and there's the V. So I'm going to sew V to V diagonally when I said it right. One face up, one face down, perpendicular. Turn it 45 and sew V to V. So I have 1/4 inch seam tape, diagonal seam tape on the bed of my machine. And that stuff's very, very handy. Zoom in here, you can see what I'm doing. So I'm making sure that this V on the bottom stays centered on that red line, which is even with the needle. All right, so that was it. That was hard, see? And then it's face down. I put my finger here and fold it over one time so that it's face up. And that way you don't get your brain twisted around. And again, put this perpendicular face down now. And so V to V. That's it. So simple. To make diagonal seam binding. Now, I'm going to not be doing a diagonal seam finish on this because it is just way too tiny of a project. So I do the overlap finish on this one. Normally, I do a diagonal seam finish on my bindings. All right, there's that one. This is a 2 1/4 inch strip instead of a 2 1/2. I like that I have just a little bit less. Okay, so now, see how pretty that is? That worked out very nice. Real pretty. So we're going to take a road trip over to my ironing station. You're going to practice that. You're making binding for your design boards. That's great. All right. I'm just going to fold it in half. Get by my laptop here. You guys can get over here. And I'm just going to fold it in half and press it quickly. And then I can bind. Put the binding onto the project, the little quilt. I like making binding. I don't recommend, if you're brand new to it, don't use a solid. It's so easy to get them twisted around. And you'll go to open it up and find out you've got seams on, you've got these diagonal seams on facing the wrong way. Couple of them, and you'll be like, now how did that happen? Well, that happened because you used a solid. solids look the same front and back. So if you're just starting out, I recommend using some sort of print. It'll make your life a lot easier and you will feel much more accomplished right off the bat. There. All right, the binding's finished. Ready to go on. I'm not using my binding bowl because I don't have enough binding. Okay. Okay. You did that on a border. Oh, I hate solids. Yeah, Killian says I've done that on a border. I know. Yeah, that is something else because borders especially, you know, that's a big wide piece usually. So, all right, Sally, see y'all later. Yay. You're always up for a fart trip fabric acquisition. I love that. So the way I do my binding is I sew to the front first and then wrap it around to the back. And then I sew on the front in stitch in the ditch. That seems to work really well for me. So, yeah, the bindings are wide and long, right? All righty. So when you start your binding, you can start anywhere you want. The general school of thought is on a side somewhere that's inconspicuous. It doesn't, you know, on this particular quilt. But where do I want that? Where do I want that final finish fold to be? It's going to be a straight fold. I think I want it over here because there's so much. If you're going to look at it, you're going to look at it. Your eyes are going to focus here. And this is kind of inconspicuous. So I'm going to start my binding on this side. That sounds good, right? Would your stitch in the ditch foot work on a featherweight? No, Lynn, I don't think so. I don't think so. All right, I'm going to leave a little tail. And I'm going to start. I've learned on these to start way down here to give myself enough room for finishing. Okay. And a 1/4 inch seam. I'm going to back stitch. I'm going to get right down to the edge. I can see there's a 1/4 inch mark on the needle plate here. I'm going to turn it to the side and stitch off the point. And you can freehand what I'm going to do, but I just get a better look. Yeah, this is a 2 1/4 inch strip. Oh, Lynn, this is a wonderful. I want to learn how to do, whoop, wrong one. I want to learn how to do this. Hold on. Where's the, yeah. You used your serger for binding yesterday, fusible thread in the lower looper, and it turned out perfect. I want to learn how to do that. I definitely do. Okay. So I have this piece of plastic that's actually from a grid that went on the back of a long arm. It was too long. So I've got a 45-degree angle. I learned this trick from Karen Brown from Just Get It Done Quilts. You guys, you can use cardboard boxes from your cereal box. Just cut yourself a 45-degree using, you know, you can use a butter lid, whatever. So I'm going to put this here on the corner and even up the edge of the grid with the edge of the little mini quilt. I'm putting the point in the corner. Hi, handsome. Oh, you're off. Drive safe. Oh, no. Okay. He's not in a good mood this morning. He hasn't had anything to eat. He's going for blood work. All right. Yeah, they make fusible thread. They sure do. All righty. So all I'm going to do is just fold this back against that 45-degree angle and kind of finger crease it. And then I pull it out and slide it down. So that folds the 45. And I make sure my edge stays even here. And then I'm going to fold this back over it to make the 90-degree fold. And you just get such a pretty miter when you do that. So that's the key. Take a look at Karen Brown's video. It's called something templates. And she demonstrates real good how to how to do that. So I go backwards first and then forward. And I just keep doing this all the way around. I need to lift it every once in a while because it wants to bubble up. Get to that end. And go off the point. Okay, so I'll just keep doing this. Yeah, these templates are really, I mean, you know, for a long time, I used to just hold it even with a ruler on the bed of the machine and fold it over like this, but you don't realize it. You're actually, you could be pulling it too far here on this piece. See, and you want it to be, you can't, like I said, you can freehand and wing this, but I just prefer the precision on the the precision on the miter that I get using this template. So I'm holding my thumb up here so it doesn't move. And now I know when I pull my fabric back taut, I'm getting that perfect 45-degree angle right there. Pull it out and slide it down. Don't let it shift. And then fold it back over on the 90. Hubs is going over to get his initial primary care manager, blood work, and all that set up with the VA. So, let's see. He has not ever used a VA doctor. So this is what he's doing now, getting into the system. He's not sick or anything, but he just needs to get in the system. Look at that point. One more right there. All righty. Oh, you don't have lab work till 1 o'clock? Oh, you'll be starving. I know, you poor thing. Oh my gosh. I always try to make lab work appointments first thing in the morning. If they can't get me in first thing in the morning, choose another day. You know, that's just cruel and inhuman. No coffee. Are you serious? He'll stop on the way back and get something, I'm sure. Okay. Make that nice. Well, the problem was, the reason he's doing this now is because the cost of medications have skyrocketed, and his medications are all recognized by the VA from when he retired from the Air Force, and the VA will send them to you for free. So I think if there's a copay, I don't know what it is, but maintenance medications. Well, that's why. Express Scripts is a little cheaper. I mean, they're not that much, but I mean, if you earned them, if you earned the care by giving the U.S. Air Force 21 of your best years as they broke you down, so you needed a new knee at the ripe old age of 64. One more. Okay. He needs another new knee too. But we'll wait until he turns 65 for that, because I got a bill for $2,200. Okay. I think I had way too much. I got a whole nother strip here. Huh. One more. This will be the last one. Make that miter. And then fold it over. Got a nice email from a lady asking what I give Frito for her itchiness. She and her husband are taking care of a young disabled vet's 2 dogs until he can get on his feet and get some help. That's very nice. Nothing worse than worrying about your dog when you've got your own life, you know, things going on in your own life. All right. We have the nicest people in our group here. So I'm just going to cut this. I'll end up cutting it again, I know, but I just want to get this long tail out of the way. Yeah, if you pick up the meds at the VA, you don't pay anything. Okay, thanks. So, yeah, you can get them at the base too. I know that. The base is too far away, but I think they'll mail them. Express Scripts is charging $13 a prescription for maintenance meds. I know that's nothing for you guys that were never, didn't serve. But the thing is that, hey, you got a disability, you're recognized for it. All right, so I'm going to fold this in, this little edge here. Just finger crease it. Might as well take advantage of, you know, your benefits if you're entitled to them. Right? Drop in the bucket, federal government money, y'all. No guilt. Drop in the bucket. Okay. So that's a little, I knew I was going to do it a little bit shorter. Not much, maybe half an inch. Okay. So then I'm just going to fold this and tuck that in like that for the finish. And then I like to use my little template. And I'm just going to go inside that one that is tucked inside and make sure that it's nice and flat in there. There, that looks good. Okay. So let me sew it, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. Oh, I'm going to get a little tuck. I hate that. I don't think you can see it from the front, though. Yeah, I got a little tuck. Not the end of the world, because if you flip it over, it's not there. Okay, so if you get a little tuck like that when doing your binding, look underneath, and if you don't see it, leave it. Nobody knows. It's fine. And then, see now when I poke these out, I got that nice little miter there. See how pretty that is? This looks good. There. That looks great. Okay. Yeah. How to bind a quilt, binding hack you need to have. Is that it, Kathy? Okay. Back over to the ironing board, y'all. I like to iron. Tuck, what tuck? Right, Margie? I didn't see a tuck. I dare you to point it out when it's finished. Yeah. I'm just going to come over here and iron this out. So that little seam, that last fold seam, that tucked in seam was not even sewn together or anything. This quilt, these quilts are so small, you guys. You wouldn't even. All right. That looks good. So it's nice and flat on the front. And now I can stitch in the ditch. Spinning around. Well, hi, Jeannie. Good morning from the cabin. I love it. Thanks for joining us. All righty. I don't use the VA. I've got all my stuff recognized by them too, but I don't use the VA. I just use TRICARE. But so what the thing is see, Keith was active duty and I was active duty, and we both did our 20 years, but we got married. He was already retired and I was still active duty. So he is actually considered my dependent because I retired after him. So they don't even recognize, like if he goes over there to a civilian hospital for TRICARE and he puts in his Social Security, he doesn't have any insurance. He has to use mine. So, no, I didn't iron my triangle. Thank you. I forgot. Sitting here talking about medications. Oh my goodness. Let me do that. Good grief. I don't know if I need to iron it. I'll just fold it. It'll be fine. Hanging sleeve. No, I'm going to iron it. I hate these cords. What am I using for the pad under my iron at rest? I've got about 10 things it's sitting on because it's hot as can be. It comes with a red silicone rest. And then I bought some metal rests, black metal rests that also have silicone on those. It's layered on there. And then there was a blue flowered ironing pad I picked up at Mole Queens. So it's on a lot. That iron gets so hot. It scorches the fire out of everything. So thank you, Alicia. She loves my shirt. Okay, so I'm just going to put this under here. Now on these little bitty quilts, I go ahead and pin the whole thing at one time because it's too hard to pin it while I'm stitching. You clean and organize your sewing room, trying to find room for an iron like I have. You can hang it from the, Frito's upset about something. She's back and forth. You can hang it from the ceiling. When I was in my other room, I didn't have room for an IV pole that the water canister's hanging on. Keith put one of those single eye bolt looking things from the ceiling, like you'd hang a plant with, right? And hung that there. So that's going to be my hanging triangle. All I have to do is stitch that. And I might just tack it down with a piece of heat and bond. It's not a big, it's not a cuddle quilt, you guys, this little bitty thing. My goodness. Pot hanger. Yeah. Okay. You have a pot hanger like I use in the yard for your iron. Sue does. Good. That's a great idea. Yeah. Bye, Linda. Have a good day. Drive safe. She's got to go to work. Is it Allison's birthday? Happy birthday. You took the water deal off yours. You use a small desk and an ironing mat. There you go, Anna. That's right. Some people do not want to use steam at all in their quilting, and so they don't put anything on it at all. Constance tuned in, watching, waiting on your new crown. Well, I don't envy you. Keith has a toothache. He's got to go to the dentist today at 3 o'clock. And so he had to call in and get a prescription for antibiotics that he has to take an hour prior. And he's got to do that for 2 years after his knee surgery. Every time he goes to the dentist, he's got to take an antibiotic since he had his knee replacement. She kept yesterday on the phone. I was talking to the lady at the doctor's office, and she said, he has to take them for 2 years. And I said, 2 years worth of antibiotics? Don't you think that's a little extreme? She's like, what? Oh, you mean every time he just takes 4 pills before he goes? Yes. I said, oh, okay. The way she phrased it. Oh, our hour's up, you guys. My watch lady is telling me. Well, this has been a lot of fun. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. If you are watching on the replay, thank you for tuning in, and give the video a thumbs up on your way out the door, if you wouldn't mind. It's, but for the rest of your life, Katie, oh my goodness. Yeah, this has been a lot of fun. I've gotten a lot done this morning. We went over that bag from Creative Notions, and I got my binding on. So that's very cool. You guys do something today in your sewing room, whether you getting something under the needle or just go in and ponder your fabric, right? And enjoy yourself. I don't like that miter. I'm talking. So, yeah, you guys have a great day. This has been fun. I will talk to you soon. You guys go sew something. Bye.